Hello and welcome to the demo video for version 1.27 of GoTechnology Hub 2. In this video, we'll be going through the highlights of some of the features and functionality that have been added in this version of the software. But if you do want to see the full listing, and why wouldn't you, you can go to the release notes, which is just underneath the question mark. And in there's some other useful documentation as well, including one of the things we've added newly, which is the data dictionary. So if we just open up the data dictionary, it's an Excel spreadsheet, and it gives you a listing of all the different entities that are in GoTechnology Hub 2, and it includes in there the orders that they should be loaded in, a little definition of them, some example values, and where those fields are used. So it's quite a useful document. But you can go and have a look at that for yourself. In the meantime, if we go back to version 1.27, all the version notes are here in various different document formats. Let's just open it up in PDF. And once we've done that, let me just go back to the main home screen. So this is the version notes, and as usual, it's got the known issues which have been fixed. So anything that we found or you've reported that's been fixed is in there, and then a list of all the features that are in there, broken down into each feature itself, and also split up between what's on the web and what is on our mobile app. And I'll show you the mobile app features as well in this video. So if we start off by looking at the first feature, which is this separate grouping page for reports. So this is on the detailed reports. We've added in the ability to put in a separate grouping page in there, which you can use for sign-offs. So this is something which often gets used on brownfield projects. Instead of generating out all the documents individually, what you'll have is a report with a sign-off sheet on it. So that can actually be created in the application now. So if we just go in and we go to create a new detailed report, so we'll go with tag ITR one, and you can see here that we've got this new separate grouping page button there. So for example, we might want to do system, subsystem, area, maybe module, we'll put in there, and then we would want a listing of the tags, the ITRs, and maybe we could have the completed by and completed date for them. And we'll click on that separate grouping page. And once you've clicked that separate grouping page, you see that this little configure grouping page dialog pops up. And as it says there, it's for PDF only. You can run all the reports in PDF or Excel, but this grouping page is for PDF only. So if we go in there and we add some grouping in, so for this one we've got this reviewed and issued by certification engineer. So we'll just put the first one in there. So add a title. So that was reviewed and issued by. And we'll put certification engineer. And I think if we had a look at that, we've got sign and date and then print name. So if we just go sign and date. And what we want to do is we want to put has input space, which will just make a little signature space right there. And then we'll add another column. We'll put print name. So what we're doing here is we want those two columns underneath that one heading. And we'll do that like that. And then if you wanted to add more, like for reviewed and approved by, for example, you would just go in and add a title and say, you know, reviewed and approved by, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, just for the sake of speed, we won't bother with that right now. We'll just click remove row. And we'll give it a report code, and we'll go with 110220. Actually, we'll just go 110220 because I think that would be too long. 110220. Go save. So that's been created now, and if we go into our report listing, that's going to be under the detailed reports there, and it'll have the same kind of filters as normal. In this case, we will just go ahead and run that. And I should point out as well, sometimes people don't realize there is additional report options underneath those drop downs, which is for everything as well. So in, for example, in tagged items, sometimes people don't realize this. It's maybe something we don't highlight enough, but in the export, you can do various different types of exports. So just as I was bringing that up, it reminded me. Anyway, so if we go and run that PDF, we'll get the report out and it will feature those sign-off pages that we wanted. So if we just go open that up, there you go. You can see it's got those in there. So it breaks it down by group. So this is AL045 with 045501, 843 pages, so quite a long report there. And you can see every time we go to like a different subsystem or a different area, then we get another sign-off sheet in there. So it's just by the grouping that you've done. So there's quite a lot of other report changes. That's kind of a majority of what's in this version as well, is new reporting options. We've also got in there, if we go down here, we've got procedure summary reports in there now, so you can go in and you can create a new summary report and have that by procedure, which wasn't an option there before, grouping it by, you know, for example, the system, and then breaking it down by the completed by or the document status. So if you wanted to set up a document status to say, hey, you know, these are ones which are in draft, these are ones which are ready for review, for example, you can set all that up, save it, and then just run it from the normal report list. With the procedure reports for detailed procedure reports, so obviously we've got detailed and summary reports. Summary reports are the ones which give you kind of the counts, saying, you know, 12 out of 54 or whatever. Detailed are the ones which are kind of listening reports. So we've got that in. So procedure reports for detailed reports was already in there, but what we've done is we've added in some new fields on there. So if there's prerequisite procedures or if there's drawings, those have been added in there too. On top of that, we also have new graphical reports for procedures as well. So if we go into planned versus actual, previously that would go just to the handovers and whatever one you put as default, but now we've got the procedures in there as well. So you could have planned start date versus actual start date, planned finish versus approved, whatever it is. But all those are in there now, so as long as you've got those set up in there, you can see those as graphical reports now too as well. The other kind of changes we've got, one of the most kind of important ones, I think, for most people would be the fact that you can have loop tags as a header now in digital documents or in .x. So that means that when you're going in and you're configuring your digital documents or your .x documents, if we were going to go for, let's see, maybe like let's go with an instrument one. So we'll go with an I. So here we go, instrument loop test, for example. If we go and edit that document, and if we go into the header table, we can add a new table in there as normal, but we can choose to have it as the loop tags, and it will populate all the other tags in the same loop, and you can choose what bookmarks you want there as well. So that's the majority of the features in the web app that are worth kind of calling out. There is some other features we've got in there as well, in terms of adding in some new fields in there, and we've got for example, drawing status. There's a new reference table for drawing statuses, so that will then appear against drawings, and you can use that, for example, for putting whether drawings are in draft or they've been issued. We've got some new search filters. There's some new fields available on the tag ITR detail reports, ones that people have asked for, and yeah, like I said, there's the ability to search by different things and to put in percentage outstanding. But that's the majority of the content that's new for the web app. If there is any more detail you want to see, just go to those patch notes. But what I will show you is the new features we've got for the app as well. So obviously our mobile app's been out for a little while now, and it's available for iOS and Android. We've got the links there for it. We've added a couple of new things in here. One is the ability to use multi-choice tasks. So that was something that we added to GoTechnology hub2 in the last release, but obviously there was a little bit of delay until we could put that into the app, so it had to be out in the the web application first. So we've added that in, so I'll show you that, and also having attachments in there as well. So the easiest way to show you those things is to go in. I've actually got my phone mirrored here. If we just get that back up and expand that out, OK. Close that down there. So there we go, we've got the app there, and what we'll do is if we find an ITR which I know for a fact has some multiple choice tags to it, and if we go to assign that, and if we just go and assign that to me. Cool, so that's assigned to me now. And then if we go back into here, and we just unlock that. Okay, there we go, it's just refreshed. So if we go into this ITR, and we'll just download the digital document. And if we just go ahead and we open that up. So we can see on it's got the normal kind of tasks, etc. But the first task there is actually one with multiple choice in there. So we've got a choice of 3 options there. So we've got confirmed, or we've got minor repairs, or major repairs. And you just set that up as normal in the ITR reference tables. Just go in. I'll show you. So that was A07A. If we just go into edit document, and we go into tasks, and you can see there, those are the choices, the multiple choice. And yeah, that's about it. So that about kind of does it for the features for this release. Hopefully you found this video informative, and you know, please keep in touch for any new features you'd like to see. Thank you very much.